What's up, everybody? This is Battlefield Joe 97 here, giving you the December pickup video, which I gotta say, I'm gonna be talking about so many fucking games in less than 15 minutes. I hope to God, and 2 extra ones. Oh yeah, and another gift as well. I swear to God, you know what? I made a freaking list because this freaking video is gonna have a lot of games out of it. Over 18 games. 18 games, so I really had to stretch on like at least an hour or so on the game itself, on the games themselves, in order to like give an impressions on them. But Jesus Christ, like free games, games on sale, especially on the 3DS, which I actually left on. I'm gonna go for it. Anyhow, going from it, let's start with the Xbox 360. 2 being free from games with gold, and 1 being a game that I bought on sale. The first game being the Raven Episode 1, which is a point-and-click adventure kind of game in the same style as Telltale's The Walking Dead, but if I were to make that kind of comparison, it would be kind of a compliment to it, which really should not give any compliment to the Raven because it's so fucking boring. The acting doesn't have soul to it. The freaking music, which I thought would be good at first, but then it repeats over and over and over again. I freaking fell asleep. Like, literally, in the first hour or so of, well, not playing, well, just moving my character with not much interesting shit going on, I fell asleep. I literally fell asleep playing this damn game, and then when I woke up and that 360 was like burning hot as all hell because, you know, it's been used as hell, and then the Raven was still on, I was like, you know what, quit, delete off the hard drive, and since I didn't get any achievements for it, delete it off my achievement history because it's so freaking bad. And I'm surprised they even made 2 more episodes of that. But if you're that curious to know if it really is that boring, it's on sale on Steam for like whatever percentage it is. So yeah, taste that shit off of my mouth, and at least playing SSX for the Xbox 360, which I played the 3rd installment, I believe, of SSX back on the PS2, and that was a fun experience, all hell, going through snowboarding or whatever. And the only issue that I have with this SSX is this kind of component where it just forces interaction with people across the globe, which you don't really need to force it. Like, if your game is like online focused, like let's say Destiny, then go for it. But if you try to, like in previous installments, like having the single player kind of component to then forcing this kind of shit just to make itself different from the pack is just no. But other than that, the SSX gameplay is goddamn good as hell. If you can find it cheap on PS3, 360, I believe it's on Origin maybe, don't know for sure, pick it up. It's really good as hell. And it does get me in that winter mood, a cold air or whatever. And for the 3rd game, which I bought on sale, was Retro City Rampage, the DX edition, which is like, what was it, less than $5, and is still on sale as of right now. And yeah, I had this game for free back in December 2012, thanks to PlayStation Plus, which was the PS3 and the PS Vita version. And I had a blast playing through it, and it's still on my PS3, and I'm playing that version as well, next to the 360 version. And yeah, it's a goddamn fantastic indie game. It's kind of a Grand Theft Auto homage parody of everything that you know about it, and gaming, nerd culture, whatever. It's fucking fantastic. It's less than $5 on the Xbox 360, and yeah, go for it. So yeah, that's about it. Now for the PlayStation Plus games, the Secret Ponchos. It was alright. Nothing more I could say about it. But, you know, Injustice Gods Among Us, which I already bought for like less than $10 when it was on sale for the PS4, you might as well play that instead of Secret Ponchos. And Titan Attacks for PS4 and PS3 is basically a clone of Galaga. What more would I say about that? And the Hitman HD trilogy, which I'm only going to be talking about Hitman 2, Silent Assassins, because that's currently the only Hitman game in the HD trilogy that I'm playing on the PS3. Contracts and Blood Money, which I already played Blood Money on PC through Square Enix online service, which is damn good from the technology that they have. Anyhow, Hitman 2 Silent Assassins, it feels clunky as hell. Understandably, since this is a game from like the 6th generation of consoles, and it plays better, I believe, on the PC. But like on using a PlayStation 3 controller is kind of uncomfortable at first, but then you get used to the controls, and really the music, the soundtrack, and the gameplay, it really goes seamlessly together. Like, you have that intense, like, soundtrack building up, and then when they immediately find you, you're like, holy fucking shit, man. It's goddamn good. I don't know about contracts, but for when I played a Blood Money on PC, it's damn good as well. Find it on PS3, 360, and of course on Steam for their Hitman bundle that includes the original, which is still exclusive to the PC. And Deadly Premonition, the director's cut. I heard a lot of things from this cult classic game from Sweeney. I think that's the director's name, if I pronounce it right. Sweeney. Deadly Premonition, from the first hour I played of it, was kind of a mixed experience. I'm being honest here. There were moments where my PS3 was frozen in seconds. Like, in the beginning of that cutscene where, like, the lady was, like, half naked, like, on the side in the tree, or whatever, going from it, my thing froze for, like, a second. And then when I tried to look through the trophies or go through the menu, like, pressing like, the home button, for example, it kind of froze up seconds after it. And on the gameplay, it's kind of like a clunky Resident Evil 4. And I don't really feel much of the horror, but yeah, the gameplay is mixed. The presentation is mixed. It's kind of like looking at an original Xbox game, but then in certain places it looks like from a PS2 game. And it's like you have an HD remastered of a game that originally was on the 360 and I believe 2010 remake, or at least re-released on PS3 as the director's cut, having at least improved resolutions or whatever. But I don't know, it's a mixed experience, but I'm still playing it because of how intriguing the whole concept of it is. Like, I'm still questioning what the hell, like, if I'm Zack to this detective police dude, and I don't know if he was high as all fuck with his red leaves. I don't know, it's like a mixed game, but it's a mixed game that you should at least continue playing. So yeah, if you have PlayStation Plus, if you don't have PlayStation Plus on you before the end of December, I highly suggest you getting Hitman HD Trilogy and Deadly Premonition for PS3, and Injustice Gods Among Us, the Ultimate Edition for PS4. So yeah, that's about it for the Xbox and the PlayStation side. Now it's time for the Nintendo side, because that's the majority of the content that I make. Anyhow, for the 3DS, they had like a ton of shit on sale, and I actually had one game from Club Nintendo being, let me get the thing. Oh shit, I actually exited out my playthrough of this. One of them in Club Nintendo being, the lighting is shit, Kirby's Pinball Land, which is really a fantastic pinball game with Kirby aesthetics and the music, and it's a fun little pinball game. If you like Kirby, then get it. I think it's still in Club Nintendo in the free offer, and if not, well, it's an extra, $3 or $4, $5 or whatever that you can get in the eShop. It's really a fantastic pinball game. Next to the Pokemon one, which I really need to get for the Wii U, which is coming next year in January. And now for the sales, like the games that I bought on sale. 10-in-1, the arcade collection, which was like only $1 or so. Basically, it's kind of like this collection of arcade-like clones. Like, there's one with Galaga, there's one with Galaga, there's one with like this on-rails Mario platformer. 3 out of the 10 games in the collection, I kind of would play more and the others are just bland or mediocre. But for $1, it's okay. Go for it. This is like the second time I bought the same game but on portable, and that is Retro City Rampage, the DX edition. Yeah, I bought Retro City Rampage again for the 3DS. I mean, this is like the first time the 3DS version is on sale, not to mention my love for Retro City Rampage, and yeah, man, why not waste it, like, the money for this shit? And it really does feel good playing this game on the 3DS. The circle pad really feels nice, moving your character like in this planes kind of perspective. And yeah, and using the bottom touch screen to get your weapons as all hell is really helpful as all hell. And yeah, get this game immediately. You're not going to regret this. Retro City Rampage on both the 360 and 3DS. 360 being less than $5, and on 3DS less than $9. It's fucking great. And I get to have the D-Make Grand Theft Auto on the go. Oh, and another game, which it wasn't on sale, but I took it anyway before the game would be out of the eShop because, you know, Ubisoft with Tetris Ultimate. And that is the original Tetris on the Game Boy. God, the fucking lighting. The original Tetris on Game Boy. And yeah, if you don't know, the original Game Boy version of Tetris, and I believe another version of Tetris on the eShop, will be out of the eShop by the end of this year because of Ubisoft or whatever. So I'm not taking any chances, so I just bought this, having a blast, so hell. It's the game that made the Game Boy what it is next to Pokemon. And from level 5 and Suda 51, Liberation Maiden, it's kind of like this shoot 'em up Gundam kind of game, and it really is fast paced. Voice acting is alright, and yeah, continue for a minute. Edge, I had this on the Wii U. It's this really kind of, how would I put it? It's like kind of this puzzle game. Yeah, it's a puzzle game. Going from it. Moon Chronicles and Mutant Mudds from Renegade Kid. Moon Chronicles is kind of like this survival horror kind of first-person game in the same style as Metroid Prime Hunters. I don't really sense much of the horror from it, but it really looks nice as all hell playing it in 3D on the 3DS. And Mutant Mudds, fantastic-ass platformer next to... Yeah, it's a fantastic platformer. Go get it on Wii U and 3DS. I believe both of them are on sale. And finally, I was going to get the new Shantae game on Wii U, but, you know, I'll explain that later on in the video, but I wanted to at least try out the original Shantae, which is a very rare game to find on the original Game Boy Color. So I just said, fuck it, get the digital version of it. And good lord, man, when you play this game and you see from it, you're like, wait a minute, this is on the fucking Game Boy Color? Like, good lord, man, it looks like something you can find on the... Ooh, this is beautiful. And the game and the music are fantastic as hell. So yeah, that's it about the 3DS. For the Wii U, they are all from Club Nintendo. Kirby's Dream Land 3 for the SNES, and Metroid for the NES. Kirby's Dream Land 3, first time playing it, fantastic music, fantastic graphics, and it's a Kirby game. Fantastic, accessible for all ages, all player skills, and stuff like that. Metroid, it's a classic, but it still hasn't aged well compared to Super Metroid and Metroid Fusion. That's all I can say about that. So anyhow, 18 fucking games in less than 15 minutes. So yeah, it's time to talk about the amiibos. That being Diddy Kong and Little Mac. Wave 2 amiibos, got them in local game stores for the win. And my brother gave me 1 year subscription of PlayStation Plus card. Thank you. Anyhow, that's it for the December pickup video. The next one will be the final video of 2014, and that is Super Smash Bros. For Wii U review. Catch that. See you guys later.